Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into The Swarm, a platform designed to tap into what is honestly your team's most powerful and often totally invisible asset, its hidden network.
I mean, just think about that for a second. It's a simple question, right? But it's a huge one. Right now, someone on your team, maybe an advisor or even an investor, probably knows the exact person you need to talk to. The only problem is, you have no idea.
And we've all been there, right? You're scrolling through LinkedIn, you find a second-degree connection, and you think, great. But then you stop. Does my contact actually know this person? Like, really know them? Or did they just randomly click connect 5 years ago? That uncertainty, that is the networking black hole.
So in this explainer, we're going to lay out the entire roadmap. We'll kick things off with the problem, then we'll build our network, get a handle on the key roles, see how the magic actually happens, and finally, turn all that amazing data into a real, warm introduction.
Okay, so let's really dig into this problem, the networking black hole. Just imagine for a second, all the incredible connections held by your founders, your sales team, your investors. They're all there, but they're stuck in silos. They're disorganized, and they're basically invisible right when you need them the most.
And this is exactly where the Swarm steps in. You can think of it as the central map for your team's entire extended network. It pulls all those scattered, hidden connections out of the darkness and puts them right into one clear, actionable place.
So how do you even start building a map like this? Well, that brings us to Section 2, putting together your collective network. And this is, without a doubt, the most important first step.
To really get the most out of this, you've got to cast a wide net. I mean, you'll start with the obvious people, right? The founders, the leadership, but don't stop there. You need to bring in your whole team, your advisors, your investors, even some key customers you trust. The more networks you can pull together, the more powerful this map's going to get.
Okay, now for something that is absolutely crucial to understand, the difference between users and connectors. Seriously, getting this part right is the key to building out your network map in the most effective way possible.
So first up, you have a user. A user is an active member of your team. They actually log in, they connect their data sources, things like their email and their calendar, and this is so important because it provides that rich, private data, the actual proof of who they're talking to.
And then you have a connector. Now this is something totally different, and frankly, it's brilliant. A connector is a passive profile. You can add someone, like, say, a really busy advisor, just by pasting in their LinkedIn URL. And here's the key. They are never notified. The Swarm just quietly maps their public career history to find those valuable overlaps.
So let's just put them side by side to make it super clear. A user, that's your active teammate, contributing all that deep, juicy data. A connector, that's a passive profile, just adding public data. You absolutely need both of these to build a complete picture of your network's true potential.
All right, now for the really fun part, uncovering all those hidden paths. Now that we have the network built, we get to see how the platform's AI goes to work, finding connections you probably never even knew you had.
And it's actually a pretty simple three-step process. First, the AI scans the career history of everyone in your swarm. Next, it cross-references all that info with a massive database. And finally, this is the magic, it identifies the overlaps. People who worked at the same company at the same time. People who went to the same university. These are real-world connection points.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Unlike those vague LinkedIn connections, the Swarm is actually mapping relationships based on shared, verifiable history. And that gives you a much, much better signal of how well two people might actually know each other.
So, what's so cool about this is how the Swarm shows you that signal. It's not just a yes or a no, it's a spectrum. It actually scores the relationships as confirmed, likely, or potential. So you can immediately see where the warmest paths are and where you should focus your energy.
So you might be wondering, where does that confirmed score come from? Well, it's not a guess. It's automatically calculated from the data your users provide. It means your teammate didn't just work at the same company as your target. No, it means they were actively exchanging emails or had meetings on the calendar. That's hard proof of a real relationship.
Okay, we've done it. You've built the map, you can see the hidden paths, and you've even ranked them by strength. So now for the final and most important step, turning all that incredible insight into an actual, real-world warm introduction.
So, the platform gives you these incredibly powerful search tools. Yeah, you can search by title or company. That's standard. But the real power is in the filters.
You can instantly narrow your search to only confirmed or likely relationships. You can even paste in a whole list of target companies and see all your inroads at once.
Okay, so you've done it. You ran your search, you filtered by relationship strength, you've identified the absolute best person on your entire team to make that critical introduction. So, now what?
The whole process is built right into the platform, and it's so simple. You find the path you want, you click the request icon, and you customize your message. You can even write a little forwardable note to make it super easy for your teammate. They get an email, and you can track the status right there. It's totally seamless.
And look, if you're wondering if your team is actually going to participate in this, just remember this key insight. Building your swarm isn't some hard sell. Why? Because people genuinely want to help each other out. This platform just removes all the friction and shows them exactly how they can.
So, to wrap it all up, let's hit the big takeaways. 1. Combine all your team's contacts into one shared map. 2. Use both active users for that deep data and passive connectors to get that broad reach. 3. Let the AI do the heavy lifting to find the hidden paths. And 4. Always focus on those confirmed and likely connections to get the absolute best results. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Right now, your team's network is one of its most valuable assets, and it's also probably its most underutilized. So what could you achieve tomorrow if you could finally see all of it, all mapped out and ready for action today?